frankly, lady, how hard to be alive?
It was beauty killed the beast.
Welcome to the cast that brings you back, a Little Mad Podcast. My name is Riley. That is Ethan, and that over there is Nick. So, if you're here, obviously for the first time, because this is episode 0, we're literally just testing this shit out. We've somebody that has never run the technology before, running it, and 3 cams is a mess. We don't know if the colors look good. We don't even know if we sound good. We don't even know if audio's being recorded. We are completely freeballing the shit out of this.
We're shooting blanks.
We're shooting blanks. We're shooting complete fucking blanks. So this episode will be more laid back than what Saturday will be, and we'll have way less topics and way shorter.
So it's really casual.
Yeah, we're shooting for like half an hour here because it's already 1 o'clock in the morning. We need to push past this. We had to get test episode in order to really
had to test everything all together. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's where we're at in life. We're going to go ahead and open up with a simple topic here, all right? Solo, a Star Wars story. You've heard about it, all right?
You know about
it. There's already been some controversy surrounding this film in general due to, like, the fact, with the posters and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when they had, like, the...
It was some Swedish, South American, I don't know, some foreign artists, their posters, or their album covers. Was the certain amount of colors with the words around in the picture, and I mean, then they sent out 4 or 5 different posters of the characters from Solo, and they were blatantly ripped off. Colors, format, design.
Yeah, it was pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah,
like it was a little too obvious.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean I feel like they're always similar, but it was blatantly similar. You know what I'm saying? It was bad.
So they already started off, with a big, like, hey, no, don't do that. Now, to just increase the controversy a little bit more, which we're going to talk about now, is the writers reveal that Lando is pansexual. The Lando we know and love, that we've known through all the years, Lando is pansexual, okay? So this came from a recent interview with the Huffington Post, which... No, who cares? But Solo writers Lawrence and Jonathan Kasdan explain the character's possible sexual fluidity by revealing the character is pansexual. Wow. So in other words, Lando's sexual attraction is not governed by gender, and he's open to relations with men, women, aliens, and even droids.
So he's going to flirt with a droid. He's going to flirt with a droid in the movie.
Is that the point of it? Is that where they're going with it? The whole, like, are they trying to say, hey... We're trying to establish a droid relationship here with Lando. Is that why we're doing this? So, hey, just so we don't look stupid, he's pansexual.
Now do you just out of curiosity, because of like all like the gender and sexuality stuff, like nowadays, like do you think like they're also like safeguarding that? You know what I mean? Like because like we're just keeping it all options open. You know what I mean?
To like reach a more like
because of society today is very very more open and free. You know?
It's Disney. So I mean, we've seen recently they're trying to be adding some gay characters, different races, which is completely fine.
Oh yeah.
But when you change something that we already know, especially in Star Wars, for really no reason other than hey, we need to fit a minority group in there in some way.
It's almost like they're forcing it
a
little too much. We already know the character. We've known him for a long time.
He's called Leia beautiful. All the women love him.
I think you call men beautiful too, okay?
Listen, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not who people have grown up with and know what to know.
Yeah, I'm not really for it. Like, this is stuff I'm gonna relate it back to something that we know and talk about too much, but the Scream TV series,
right? When
you already know something so well and then you go ahead and throw it for a loop and change it on us, it's not the same. Okay, like I'm all for it. Let's have more equality in films. I actually just did a whole research study on this in college. I hated doing the study, but I did learn a lot from it. So I learned a lot about like equality and race in film and like how important it is, how we need to go about it. I'm all for it. Let's make it happen, okay? Because people are underrepresented. But don't change somebody we already know.
Right.
Like, could you imagine? Let's take it from a different perspective. Let's take a character that we thought was gay. We were pretty confident is very gay. So he's been that way the whole series. Then it comes out that the next time we see them, they're completely straight and their character changes. Like that way, it seems really bad, and it would be a huge outrage.
Oh.
So like, let's look at it from that the opposite perspective too. I'm not like deeply offended by this.
No,
a straight
but
male.
It feels forced. It feels very forced almost.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We know Lando is the womanizer.
Yeah, that's not. He was a huge flirt.
Right.
Yeah.
He was the sex appeal in Star Wars.
Yeah. So yeah.
Other than Mark
really-
Hamill, of course.
Yeah. So I was just really like he was the flirt
Right.
in Star Wars. So like why I don't get why change it. He better if he's gonna be pansexual, he better start hitting on some dudes. All right, and he better be hitting on R2.
Damn good.
Just kidding. That's not gonna be it. No.
Damn good too.
Yeah. He better. I'm just saying.
Right.
If that is true, if we're gonna drive with this, he better start hitting on everybody. Okay.
Absolutely.
So while the nature of Lando's pansexuality reportedly doesn't come up much in the film, so they say, his flirtatious nature with characters that aren't women is briefly touched upon. So like I was just saying, hopefully this is, if they're going to do it right, I suppose. However, fans within the movie won't be in for a lengthy discussion about the gender and sexual politics of the space.
Because again, you got kids watching, and then they go, wait a minute, what? They're asking you questions now. Now the parents are mad at Disney for forcing this discussion. Just don't lay it on too thick, because again, that you're changing a character that's already been established. How many years ago?
Yeah, 40 years ago.
Yeah.
It's funny because you can look at it both ways. You can look at it as like, hey, if you're gonna do it like really lay it on us, because otherwise, what's the point?
Right.
But then you say, if you're gonna do it, don't completely throw a fastball at us, because it's
an established character.
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
so you can look at it both ways.
Again, no problem with that, but when you take Lando away from the ladies,
Yeah, I don't know. It's also like because this story obviously takes place before A New Hope,
right?
so like he never hit on a dude in A New Hope. So I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna be before, did he have to like find himself? Was he
Just
sexually
connect.
curious?
Yeah.
Can we not establish that, please?
I mean, I want another spin-off of Lando finding himself.
Well, there is talks
we're
of
on
a
The
Land.
Office.
There is talks of a Lando.
yes, I've heard
Lando
about-
movie.
I have heard a lot about that. People have been really pleased with not Childish Gambino. I'm sorry, Donald Glover. Sorry, for his performance. Same person, but but they've been raving about his performance as Lando, and people have been speculating about having a spinoff of the solo of Lando himself. Yeah. Honestly, I'd have to see it myself.
So okay. So now with the talks of the Lando movie, does that mean they're going to have to reestablish that in the Lando movie? And now are they going to keep going forward with this?
They kind of gotta.
They gotta expand on it. Then I feel like
Kind of gotta now.
Yeah. Different writers maybe you get a different set of writers who don't believe in that stuff, and they completely just throw that away.
I haven't seen. I think it comes down to a lot how the crowd reacts to it. I haven't seen how like Twitter and shit has been reacting to it. I just kind of going off of what we were going fresh off the story. So I don't know.
I've seen it both ways. The who cares and the he's established already. Why are you doing that? Which I perfectly get. I'm both, like, I don't care. I really don't care as long as you don't ruin the character. Which I mean, this won't ruin a character.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so.
No,
Unless you lay it on way too heavy and
force it.
my immersion.
My immersion. Yeah, exactly. So it really shouldn't be that bad. As for Lando film in general, I don't know. Dude, Star Wars is just not special anymore.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something we'll dive in later in Little Mad.
For
the
sure.
show continues.
Much more.
As fucking more and more movies keep coming out for Star Wars. But like, Star Wars used to be an event, man. When a new one came out, it was epic. It was insane. This is coming from someone that's only 21 years old.
Right.
And like, when it came out, it was real. It was special. Now you have one every single year. You have spin-offs. You have some good, some bad. And it just, Star Wars to me is just not nearly as special as it used to be.
And I agree, and it's a damn shame. When we heard about The Force Awakens, when we heard Disney bought Lucasfilm and we're getting another movie, oh my God, everybody was rejoicing.
Yeah, The Force Awakens was huge.
And
that was exciting.
And it was exciting. Just the atmosphere around it. And then the next year we get Rogue One, which, I mean, the hype was still there, but then, okay, now we get The Last Jedi. Okay, and then now we're getting Han Solo. Now we're getting Episode 9. Like, again, it used to be a huge event.
Do you think? What do you think they should be doing differently? Do you think they should
space
it out more?
I say give 3 years between main story movies.
I honestly, God, I would kind of, for the most part, I would seriously just let's avoid spinoffs as much as possible, because the more you do them, the more the more it's not special. Like right now, because it is every year we got a Star Wars film. They kind of in my head, even though this isn't really the case, but they kind of just all coincide with each other. So I feel like I'm continuing the same story throughout. And then, it's then the situation where you like seek, oh my God, another sequel, like that mentality. That's what it feels like to me. It's like, oh, another Star Wars film, another Star Wars film.
I hope they take a break before they move on to the next trilogy. The next trilogy is confirmed. Mm-hmm. I hope they don't, just go from episode 9 to a spin-off movie, probably Lando, and then right into
they have it. Was it planned through 2030? Is that what it is? I'm pretty sure they have a Star Wars film planned every year for 2030 until 2030.
Probably.
That's a shame, dude. Like it's gonna be we're gonna get so fucking sick of Star Wars to the point that it could get so bad that the money could go down so much for those films that they may throw it out. They might start throwing off spin-off. They might throw out the main films. They could throw out the idea entirely and put Star Wars in the back burner,
like it has been. I mean, the story was told. There's been ideas and scripts running around, but again, nobody picked it up until Disney.
Wow.
It's possible that they burn us out. They burn us out of Star Wars, and that would be awful for this culture.
Yeah, they definitely could.
They revived Star Wars.
Yeah,
to introduce it to a whole new generation of
kids.
One
film.
They might burn us out, and in 30 years, someone else will revive it, and then we'll be back to a new generation of kids. And I'm really scared that's going to happen. I'm afraid Star Wars is going to kind of fiddle away.
I'm just worried about for example, in the first first two trilogies or whatever, honestly, it felt so massive skeptical wise. They had it was endless, you know what I mean, stories everywhere. And then the issue with me is we have these spin-offs with Rogue One and the Solo, and it's almost making me feel like we're condensing the universe of these stories.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's my issue,
we have twice as many movies, but it feels like
it's
exactly.
a small story.
Exactly. You're condensing the story. That's a really nice way to put it.
I never thought about it that way. That's a weird way to
they can expand so much because there's so much mythology in comics with you know what I mean? They can do so many things that would be out that would honestly make you feel like, man, this is fresh. This is fresh. It's still Star Wars, but it's fresh, it's different, and you can still have those trilogies films in a 3-year span, whatever. But I feel like we're kind of holding back of the story, and it's ruining Star Wars part. I mean, they can be great films, but they really need to expand the universe even further.
Yeah, I know that I know they plan on at some point removing all main cast that we've had in the past, and then moving on with this new one in the next trilogy. Actually, they're talking about removing them too,
right?
Which I don't agree with that. I think that's a bad idea. But
horrible.
They for these spin-off movies, they really need to throw out. They really should just throw out our main characters that we know and love. Let's quit doing Han Solo movies. Let's quit doing Lando movies.
For those spin-offs. You're saying.
Yeah. So the one thing, I'm not a big fan of Rogue One. I thought it was a bit of a mess. I thought the characters were really, really poorly developed. But what they did do right, it was creating a new cast. And if they would have developed them properly, you'd have new people to love, and then you could expand further there. When there's so many original stories to be told in this universe, you should really run with it and do it that way. You brought up a really good point. That's exactly how it should be.
Right.
Get us out of this main cast. Move us on from that story. Let's go to a new one.
Well, I mean, we've already gotten rid of. Spoiler alert! If you haven't heard yet, Han Solo. Han Solo's gone. Luke, as far as we know, is gone. Yeah. And now, Carrie Fisher has passed away. Yeah. How much did they film? Yeah. Before she passed away.
How much are we going to push with CGI?
Exactly. Yeah. So I imagine we will see either she'll be a legend by the next story. After this event of the last movie, she left or something, or she rides off into the sunset early. Whatever.
They didn't really do a good job with 8 for getting rid of her. So there has to be probably something in 9 to do that.
Right. So we have that, and then we finally get, the first trilogy. Now they're talking about throwing out, Rey, Finn, and Poe. That'd be an awful idea. You just developed them.
Yeah, really. And we are just starting to buy in. We finally get to the point where we are comfortable letting go of the people we already knew. We're comfortable letting them go. And to go with this new cast,
right?
Don't throw it out now.
And I imagine I imagine each one of those main 3 get their own solo movie. I imagine we get a Captain Phasma solo movie,
which I'm kind of for. Captain Phasma has got
I'm for
love. No. Captain Phasma's got no love in the franchise.
Yes, and the thing is, they even said we got love for in Last Jedi. Not really.
No,
she died.
Yeah, she got fucking wrecked.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Because I was excited. I was like, finally, they didn't give her any justice like Hawkeye in the Avengers.
Yeah.
And then there you go again.
Some love, dude. By the way, Well, I'm not. I don't want to dive into.
Yeah.
No.
I don't want to dive tomorrow.
No,
But if
I'm just-
Hawkeye is not a badass in Infinity War 2 or whatever the hell it's gonna be called, I'm gonna be upset. We'll come back to that on Saturday.
Yeah,
though.
just
We'll
yeah.
go
I was
back
just,
to
I was
that
just
Saturday, though.
relating. Yeah, of course.
We could talk about Marvel and Star Wars
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll happen.
It
Yeah.
will.
Like I said, this will only be like a 30-minute episode, which we're already pushing up on that. We're gonna try to cut it. We'll make these next ones pretty short. But yeah. So the episodes on Saturdays, the live episodes, they're looking at 2 to 3 hours per episode.
Yeah.
So
Strap in.
strap in.
Exactly. You know, the
Buckle up.
point of these is if you like our streams, I mean, you like us, you like what we have to say. It's without us being, distracted by a game. Really.
Yeah. pretty much.
I mean, it's honestly just us being us, talking about topics that we, give our opinion and just talk about with,
Right.
ourselves.
And this is pre-recorded, so there's no live chat. We're gonna try to read some live chat and just get instant feedback.
Yeah.
Also, I can know if I sounded like shit or not right now.
Correct.
There's that. All right, let's go and dive into our next topic, so we're not going too much longer here.
Good idea.
There's not much to talk about here, but it's exciting regardless. Zombieland 2, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
Finally confirmed. Finally,
Finally.
10 years later, confirmed.
Took him a
But
while.
the catch is, this blows my mind, and it's blowing
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people's mind. Original cast is coming with it. That's insane,
That's what makes
dude.
me.
That's insane. that
They're
they signed
they're
up.
all huge now.
Yeah, like Jesse Eisenberg especially. Like, what is he doing? Like, does he really need to do this? They had to throw him a good penny.
Good bone.
I mean, even Woody Harrelson still.
Woody
yeah,
Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson
yeah.
keeps getting big roles. I don't
He's
understand how
already-
he's doing.
he's all-
He's in Solo, is he not?
He is in
Yes,
Solo.
he is.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
That
Yep.
guy's just all over the place.
He's everywhere. He's legit everywhere.
Emma Stone though,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, easy A.
also, it's one thing aging Emma Stone and whatnot. Like they could kind of look the same as they were, but what is it? Abigail Breslin?
Oh, yeah,
she was a
yeah,
kid,
yeah.
and now she's 20
She's-
plus. 20,
Yeah.
well, she's the same age as us, maybe a little
I,
older.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So what are they doing there? What are they?
Yeah, what's the time
Is it
jump?
just 10 years later in Zombieland
yeah.
world?
I'd be curious.
10 years later, man, you think the zombies be gone?
Yeah, or the zombies be gone, or at that point you would think that we're starting to rebuild a population,
Right.
or like
Yeah.
we're starting to get shit together.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of where Walking Dead is now. All right,
Almost.
the
Like,
humans are the problem.
I think it'd be smarter.
It's less about the issue isn't the zombies anymore. Yeah.
Right. I think it'd be smarter if they went the 10-year route, just to establish that they're all older. I mean, even Jesse Eisenberg, he looks a little different. It looks
Oh, yeah.
he looks a little
Yeah.
older.
They look a little older.
Still
but-
talks pretty much the same.
Yeah, you could for those three you could put some good makeup on them and they'll look all right. For Abigail, you can't.
Right.
You just
I just don't see how they can. They could try to push 5 years, maybe.
I mean, honestly. they
But
could.
even then, where are the
Well,
zombies at?
Yeah, I guess you could do that with her 5 years, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what Abigail looks like now. I haven't seen her recently.
No, I
she
haven't
was,
seen
she was
her
on Jimmy Fallon a few years ago. That's the most I've seen of her.
Yeah.
Other than that, like
Yeah.
she could. I don't know what she looks like. She looks like us. She ain't-
I'm just
she-
yeah,
she's
but
really gonna
I'm
work.
just glad they had the original cast back and and confirmed that
It wouldn't be Zombieland without them.
Yeah, exactly. They had that that TV show Zombieland for a little while, but it didn't last long at all because they had a different complete cast. Also, I heard the story wasn't that really good. Didn't really land well. Not a lot of views, but
Yeah, I watched. Have you either of you seen that?
I watched one episode and it just I wasn't really I wasn't buying into
I haven't
it
seen it.
personally.
So it was all right. The problem is it made Tallahassee look kind of like a bitch. Like he gained like 80 fucking pounds.
Yeah,
and-
it just wasn't. I don't know. I wasn't intrigued with it personally.
The actors just portrayed the characters so well that you can't. It's one of those things where no matter what you do, you can't see anyone else in that role. You really can't.
yeah.
And even though, say we get a new set of 4 in Zombieland 2, it's not the Zombieland you love.
No, and you have to basically just go through all these develop these characters again, brand new characters.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm excited for it. I hope they do some justice with it.
I like to see
I
where
think
they
they
go.
will. I imagine they have a good budget. You
Yeah.
would think.
I'm just curious where they'll go with it. I'm excited.
I'm
Makes me excited again.
Yeah, I'm sure they have a decent
Yeah.
budget.
Yeah, but they're supposed to start shooting in early of 2019 and then to release in October of 2019. I mean,
Yes, I mean
I'm excited.
Just in time.
Just in time. Just in time. Who knows what's coming next year in October? We got 2018 October and Halloween.
Halloween coming.
Will Halloween drive a sequel? That's what I want to know.
That's
All right, so the last thing we're going to talk about today on the show, it's
Yes.
going to be Ant-Man and the Wasp. I haven't seen any trailer for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Have either of you seen?
I have seen the teaser trailer that wasn't really anything, and then the actual trailer that came out. Yes.
Same.
So 2 weeks ago, they released trailer number 2, which is the one I'm going to queue up here.
Yes.
Just give me 1 second to do that. I got to put it over to the other screen.
I've only seen it once.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you didn't know, it's kind of a spoiler. Ant-Man and the Wasp are not in Infinity War Part 1. So, where have they been? I believe this takes place right around the start of Infinity War.
No, I heard this is right after Civil War.
This is right after Civil War?
This is after Civil War, before Avengers Infinity War.
Okay.
That is to my knowledge.
Okay. Just came up. Okay. I swear to God, I'm trying to queue it up.
Yeah, but
yeah,
but I love the
just ignore my wonderful laptop screen here. So now can you turn the effects off for a second? And just go to channel 4. Turn the effect off. Go to 4 on the other one.
Yeah,
on the other one.
We're getting there. There we go.
We're teaching the switcher how to do things here. Dude, I clicked right on. I knew I clicked right on it, dude. My shit just crashed.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Really? All right.
Well, say, man, I nailed it. All right, now put that back on the bottom and put the effect.
Not long. It just sort of happened.
I wish I could fight bad guys like you.
I seem to mess it up almost every time.
I don't. Oh.
Maybe you just need someone watching.
God, those are you got. Yeah, we said this takes place between
Civil War, after Civil War, and before Avengers.
Dr. Pym, I actually heard what happened to you. You opened up the quantum realm. That's when this crazy creepy ghost who walks through walls and stuff. Stolen tech. Now she wants to take over the world or whatever. Who would have believed that in your hour of need you would turn to us?
Not me.
Because we robbed you. Do you remember?
Apologies.
That's us.
Put it ruin the views event
The
for
only
you.
chance you've got
God, that's coming up pretty soon, man.
is
It's actually coming up in July.
Ant-Man and the Wasp teaming up.
Oh, my cursor is a distraction. Working on the case.
Oh, salt.
Won't be like this on Saturday. Don't worry.
more intense.
Oh, got a little pet ant. Not actual
You go low,
songs.
I'll go high.
I have wings. Why would I go low?
See, that's the shit I'm excited for Infinity War. Like, Hawkeye. Stuff like that. Oh, wow. Ooh, that's a little. Ooh.
Hey, what'd I miss? We were just tiny.
I do. Ant-Man and the Wasp logo is fucking awesome.
I really like
it.
it.
It is so cool.
On a project called Goliath.
How big did you get?
My record, 21 feet.
Lawrence Fish.
65 feet.
65.
Jeez.
If you two are finished comparing sizes,
65.
Okay. I'm a little more intrigued after that.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting
It's an interesting trailer.
interesting villain as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what is it called? Like Ghost or something? I don't know. Something.
I'm not 100%
But
sure.
yeah, all I know is that like she's somehow connected with the tech or something involved with the what's it called, the
close.
quantum realm thing.
Yeah. It's
was
Ghost.
Introduced. Yeah, something like that, where she can like go through stuff. But it's really interesting. I'm excited to see more.
Here's the thing. I like. You're just hearing that just blaring in the background.
He's in trouble.
If shit like that happens in the future, Rachel, don't just fucking sit there and let us keep talking. You know.
Get our attention.
Yeah, say something. We can't see it.
It's fine to interrupt the show.
Yeah,
That's quite all right.
it's better than having a live stream of just blaring fucking trailers in your face, right?
True.
That's true.
But okay, in terms of Ant-Man and the Wasp, just Ant-Man in general. I like Ant-Man a lot. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah.
But I'm not nearly as invested in the story of Ant-Man than I am the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
So,
I can agree.
I wasn't all that intrigued by Ant-Man and the Wasp. First of all, I love the Wasp in the comics.
Yeah, right.
I actually like the Wasp more than Ant-Man. At least Ant-Man solo-wise, I liked Wasp more.
Yeah.
So, Ant-Man going with Hawkeye, though, like in Avenger style, is
Right.
dope. So, that's why I said I'm more. I kind of want to just get past Ant-Man and the Wasp. Let's get to Infinity War.
You know,
You just want to see the second,
Yeah.
the fourth Avengers. Yeah,
just
like, honestly.
just personally, Ant-Man is probably my favorite. I just love the humor. I love Paul Rudd. Love Paul
Paul
Rudd.
was a perfect cast.
And I love Ant-Man. Again, but I can agree that the story was just a little
Yeah,
you're not as invested. I mean, of course, you're really invested in the Avengers stories. So yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp. After watching the first teaser, I was not intrigued. I am like, fuck, this movie's gonna suck. After seeing this trailer, and we finally get the antagonist, we didn't get the villain in the first
trailers
one.
need to stop doing that shit, dude. The Incredibles 2 did that until the fourth fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Like you didn't know the antagonist was until the fourth trailer. Like, dude,
I'm like, what is the villain here? Is the villain the new job, the mom's new job? Now the dad has to babysit all day. Like that's what we thought. But Ant-Man, I'm glad we finally got Ghost, the antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
And then that trailer was definitely pulled me back in. Made me want to see it in theaters.
Yeah.
Again.
For me personally, I didn't love the trailer though. I didn't love Ant-Man.
That's all right.
No, I didn't.
I mean, but
didn't love
partially, I also do blame Avengers: Infinity War. Partially to blame
For being like too good or something.
the spectacle of the. You know what I mean? It's a 10-year spectacle that was created. You know what I mean? The hype. So epic and massive, and then you jump to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I am
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
so
nothing against that at all. However, it's just you have to kind of like reset your brain a little bit, and also I also just didn't think the trailer personally for me really grabbed my attention. Like I love Ant-Man. I'm gonna see this movie. I'm excited. I really don't have any issues, but the trailer for me just. It was nothing special or amazing.
That's very fair.
I enjoyed it.
That's fair to say.
I still think the movie's gonna be great.
Right. Now, is there any other MCU movies coming out this year?
No,
Shit, I don't know. It's all blur now.
It's
all blur now.
It is Ant-Man and the Wasp. Then we get Captain Marvel in February.
Yes.
And then Infinity War and then Infinity War sequel in May.
But,
so I am honestly surprised. I mean, I guess for timeline, no. I don't. Why did they put Ant-Man and the Wasp as for Infinity War? They wanted Infinity War to rule all summer. Putting you go.
It was a mistake.
You go from the huge event of Infinity War, and now you're in Ant-Man and the Wasp, who weren't in Infinity War. Now you're trying to establish, what they've been doing leading up to the sequel, which they're in. It's not good planning. They should have just said fuck it or pushed it to November or October.
Okay, so the only way you can really do something like this, the way they've decided to do it, is at the end of Ant-Man, we have to dive into the events of the end of Infinity War. So at the end of Ant-Man versus the Wasp,
someone's got to disappear.
Spoiler alert. Someone's got to disappear.
It's been a couple weeks.
I believe you've had time, motherfuckers. Go watch the day.
I believe that's gonna happen. Though.
Speaking of which, Saturday we're really going in.
Yeah, we really will. So
we'll let you know how time. Yeah.
Look at me. Switch cams to me. Look at me.
Look at me. Look at me.
If you haven't seen it by Saturday, that's your fault.
Now look at me.
All right. Now look at Ethan.
Yes.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain.
I'm the captain now.
So
I'm good.
My point of that was is the Wasp confirmed for the second Infinity War film? For Avengers 4.
I know Ant-Man is.
Yeah, because we've seen the pictures on the set.
Yes.
Dude, the Wasp
personally
gonna fade away.
I'm
telling you.
If she does, though, I already know it is.
Here's the thing: in the official synopsis, we also get a glimpse at the the story within the story. The Wasp is wondering the whole time: do I need Ant-Man to succeed? Can I go off on my own? So that is going on in Ant-Man and the Wasp. So. I don't know if they would completely throw that story out for either any future sequels or if they both become, part of the new Avengers in a couple of years. Yeah, I think the Wasp is here to stay. I don't think
she is too, yeah.
I don't think they'd establish the Wasp for 2 movies and kick her to the curb.
Well, they don't do that.
Well, okay. Here, I do think the Wasp is here to stay.
Absolutely.
I don't think we're gonna kill her. I do think she is going to fade off at the end of Ant-Man vs. the Wasp because we're running out of space here, and this is supposed to be a story based on what we're seeing at least, especially from the behind the scenes photos, which I don't want to talk about now. We'll talk about that
Right.
Saturday.
Yeah.
From those behind the scenes photos, it seems like we're going OG. All right, we need to follow the OG cast. Ant-Man's just sneaking in there as a hero.
Right.
So let's take out all the newbies. Let's put them to the side for
They're
of
going
this
to be
film.
the future. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
For
Yeah.
most of Avengers 4, put them to the side, and then have the OG cast there.
Right.
Wasp, fade her off the end of Ant-Man versus Wasp, bring her back at the end of Ant-Man or Avengers 4.
Yeah.
That's
And
what
I
would
think
say.
that also show maybe I don't know foreshadow or anything, but like you said, Nick, like about how like she questions in her mind all the time. In the first Ant-Man, I don't need you. You know, that's gonna be brought up even more. You know, imagine if she does fade away, she needs him. She's gonna. Need him. You know what I mean?
I mean, it would make sense if
plot
if
thickens,
she was there to witness the teamwork. Then she's like,
Or
then we go into her mind. And you're like, maybe I do need that
know,
Ant-Man guy.
Yeah.
That ain't gay.
The Ant guy?
That's not gonna happen.
No.
She definitely might fade away at some, either at the end of Ant-Man and the Wasp or at the beginning of the sequel to Infinity War. Yeah.
But to go back to their roadmap for Marvel, I do think they're going after Black Panther was a good idea. However, I don't think they knew how good of an idea it was.
They just, hey, we threw another one in the fucking can.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
They had no idea how good that was gonna be.
For sure.
Like they knew it was gonna be good, but they didn't know how crazy that was.
Right.
But because
They didn't expect a $2 billion film. No,
did anybody?
Did
no.
it?
No one did. But I mean, I just think that's even that was even better for Infinity War 1,000 times.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
The biggest question is, what's Ant-Man and the Wasp? What's their numbers? What's that gonna be like?
That's the thing. You go from this huge build. You go from Black Panther to Infinity War to the Ant-Man sequel.
Do you think it'd be better off if they pushed it? Let's say it came out in November, like Thor Ragnarok did or something. Would that be better or worse?
I feel like it'd be better. I
So-
feel like it'd be. I don't know if they're hoping on the hype of Infinity War, like, hey, another Marvel movie this summer. Hopefully, it's as good as Infinity War to the casual fan.
Yeah.
I mean, again, maybe it would have been smarter for them if they would have pushed it to September, October, November.
Yeah, something.
Yeah,
where
maybe
it's-
at least let some hype die for Avengers 4. Like, dude, the memes aren't even done yet. Like, we're still
No.
getting
Still-
We're
Thanos
getting new
memes.
They're
memes.
still in the midst of a prime. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
so like let that hype die. Let all like the leaks coming from Avengers 4 die out, and then let's get that movie, and
Yeah.
maybe we can respect it a little bit more for what it is.
I know. I mean, I know we have more than a month away. So I mean, as close as it is, it's still a little bit off. But
Yeah, maybe it'll
It's-
die some more by then. I don't know.
you never know.
But hey, that's just a theory.
A movie theory,
Film
a film theory,
Yeah,
or
I mean-
movie theory. That's not copyrighted. There you go. See, we're always thinking ahead. We're always thinking ahead of you. Steal other people's ideas.
Listen.
Listen. So that's pretty much going to wrap up our topics for this episode of Little Mad. This was basically literally just a test. If you happen to
Yeah.
get something fun out of this, cool. I'm glad you did. For fails that are happening tech wise, I've already thought of solutions for like all of them. So bear with me. I didn't know how it was going to work until we did it.
All of the issues
So,
have been solved. In my
In all seriousness, like that shit with the trailer, that won't happen again. I swear to God, I have a solution for that already. So be there Saturday, May 19th, 8 p.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/Little Mad Podcast. Hit that Twitch button. Hit the Twitch button. There you go. That's what I like to see. So also subscribers will have a way to get onto the show. We will introduce how that's going to happen on Saturday, but we won't officially do it until the week after.
Correct.
Mhm.
But we'll introduce how to do it, and we'll explain all that on Saturday. So you got to be there if you want to learn. All right, Twitch Prime. It's a great thing, you know.
Really?
So just to give you a little heads up, what we're going to be talking about on Saturday, we will be diving into Call of Duty, Black Ops 4. We'll be just
Going on,
ripping in a new one and also giving it some love.
diving into everything that it is.
Every aspect of it, the multiplayer, the zombies, the battle royale mode, the hype.
The hype. Also, we will be talking about our official review for Infinity War. We haven't done so yet. We've actually been pretty quiet about it. We've given we give the basic on streams all the time. People ask, "Hey, what do you think about Infinity War?" And we're just like, we'll get back to you. And that's what we're waiting for. Is this first episode of Little Mad? So we'll officially write it down. And then people have been asking. The topic in our Discord lately is ranking your Marvel cinematic films. So we might dive into that as well.
We might as well. Yeah, we will. We'll go.
No,
Right.
DC Universe, we'll discuss that, and then there's some other random topics we'll throw in there too. I know at some point we're going to talk about O.J. Simpson because I got it. I got to do it. Baseball.
Baseball.
You got to do it. It's got to come up at some point. Go Cubs, go.
Oh my god.
So a lot of stuff to talk about. The future of Little Mad hopefully is a very bright one. And if you were stuck through this for this time, I'm already excited to have you along with this ride.
Right. You know, this was probably going to be uploaded, right, to the Little Mad channel.
Yeah.
So you know, subscribe, like, dislike, if you want to. Leave a comment letting us know things, you know, that you like, that you don't like about this format. The tech issues, you can comment those, even though we already know them. If anything that maybe we didn't notice, let us know. Let us know if you like what we're talking about.
Yeah, I mean, this show is for everybody. You know, I mean, we're all talking about everything. And it's for you as the viewers, and like we want to make the show better.
Also, Twitch subs have their own chat. Okay. Twitch subs have their own chat in our Discord, which means we can suggest topics there.
Right, yeah, that's mainly what we want. We want you guys to suggest some topics too. We probably even reach out Friday or Saturday morning and say, hey, we have some topics. Can you
get involved? Get involved with us.
Feeling
you know, you can also be a part of what we talk about and influence it, and I think that's a great thing. And keep us evolving and make us better.
There is no show without you.
That's actually accurate.
Yeah. So, you know, as the show goes along, we'll keep getting better. We'll keep training our switcher. Keep forgetting to switch cameras over there. But, you know, huge thank you to Rachel. Let her give her some love in the comments, because we can't do it without a fucking switcher. We need somebody to run the switcher.
Yeah, by the way, we're live switching. This isn't being edited together in any way.
Yeah. If it looks really shitty,
I'm sorry.
it's Rachel's fault.
It's Rachel.
She's learning, but she needs to make sure. I told you, you got to pay attention.
It's new for us too.
It is.
It is. Yeah.
But we put a lot of money. It's also 1 o'clock in the morning. There is that argument. I'll give it to you.
I'll give it to you.
So, we put a lot of time, a hell of a lot of money into it. The reason we canceled our trip to Charlotte, which if you've, you know, we were going to go to Days of Dead Charlotte, which was going to cost a lot of money. We canceled that trip.
This weekend.
Yeah, this weekend, yeah. We canceled that trip for the sole reason of making this show possible, because we wanted to do it so bad. We did a Q&A that showed that was a dream of ours to do it. And then everyone's like, dude, you guys should do it. And we're like, well, fuck. There goes all our money.
We got to do it right.
Yeah, now we're in debt. So that's how
that's
how
the way
the
life
cookie
goes.
crumbles.
Level 1.
Back to level 1. Paying off all the credit cards again. But yeah, hope that's worth it. Hopefully the investment has a return. Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime, be there.
Please.
Yeah, I got really nothing else to say about it. You know, just be there, May 19th.
The hype is real. The hype is real.
We're so nervous. Like we do streams and slashcasts and shows and talk on camera all the time, but this one's scary.
It's different.
Like, this is real,
and it's exciting.
Also, I just love talking about random shit.
It's gonna get interesting.
Right. If you love our gaming live streams, I mean, for us, I mean, of course you'll love the game that we're playing, but basically if you love the interaction that we give, that's what we love. We love interaction. So that's why we're doing this. You know, we're not distracted by the game now. We can listen to you.
Yeah. I wish you guys could see more of the set too, because we invested quite a bit in the set. So you got this actually isn't even part of the set. The Whiplash poster wasn't supposed to be part of it. You got the baby posters everywhere. You got guitars hanging.
You're only getting a little taste.
Someday we hope to add a wide camera, but we couldn't afford it. So that's where we're at in that.
Give us 10 years.
All right, man. I never actually thought of an outro for this show, so at this point, I'm just going to say with that, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to see you on Saturday. Roll that outro, kid. Roll the end. You got it. There you go.
Man, the post is frankly, like, yeah, how hard to see.
He's alive!